Hello everyone, this is Mesolight Visual. Welcome to the 3-bedroom house production series. So this exercise will be put into series to make sure we cover step by step all the stages required or necessary to produce building from scratch and extract documents for council submissions. We're going to design the layout, then put into 3D, then detail the 3D to allow us to produce drawings from the model. If you are new or you've been watching our videos without subscribing, kindly subscribe for this channel to grow and help us to invest more on videos that will impact the ArchiCAD users and beginners around the world. Our aim is to help you improve your workflow, work smart, and spend less time to produce great results effortlessly. Also check mesolightbeam.com for great ArchiCAD BIM resources and template. I'll also put the link in the description. Without any further ado, let's get started.
Today we are focusing on the continuation of our last part of our 3-bedroom series. So today we are handling the documentation and preparation of all the required information for submission on to council. So after having completed your design part, which we did on our previous tutorial, now we prepare our documents. So our first part, we are going to do the roofing, placement of the roofing accessories. So in order to achieve that, you simply right click and you split your roof. After you split, you can group. After grouping, you go to design extras, and under that you find accessories, and under accessories, roof accessories. Now you can place your roofing accessories. So here, we can change our representation on our plan. So let's put it at 0.1 and our contour plane. And then here you can change your surfaces, representation of your roof. So after having done that, you can click OK, and it will apply your roof, your roofing tiles. So from there we are going to go to our roof plane, and so that we can place our roofing falls. So also by doing that, it will apply the fill on your roof. So you can select the roof surface that you've just applied and assign it to an appropriate layer. In this case, we have created a layer that represents the roof finish. So the next stage is now applying our roof falls, and for us, we have created our roof fall surface, which is under superstructure, and you can only access it if you are using our template. So 18 degrees. So for you to access this template, you can easily follow the link that is under the description. So we place our roof fall. And you do that on all the So from here we go back to our plan. So our next stage now is separating what we want to be appearing on our floor plan and what we want to appear on our side plan. So what we're going to do, we are going to create a view map that will represent our side map. So for you to do that, you select this icon for creating a new view map, and then we assign it side plan. So under that, the layer combination that we're going to use is for side plan. So you indicate that, and after that you see that it will only appear items that are under the side plan combination, layer combination. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to side plan and activate, let's activate all layers, and then from there we update, then press OK. From there now we pick a thing that we don't want to appear and we deactivate them on our site layout. So for you to do that, you easily press out. After selecting out, you will press Ctrl L, then from there you deactivate and update. So it will remove all information that you don't want to appear on the floor layout. So if you want also furniture, we don't want it to appear, you simply deactivate it and then update. Only want information that we need on our site layout, on our site plan. So from here, now we have achieved only the information that we require on our site plan. So after having done that, now we place necessary information also that we need on our site plan, such as the drainage drainage points. So for that, we are going to go to objects so that we can select our main hall and place our main halls. So we have our default manual that we created, and we choose layer that will be under drainage or plumbing systems, and then we press OK. So from there we are going now to start placing our main halls. So we're going to have one here, another one by this corner, then another one that will be collecting from the kitchen, and then another one that will go to the conservancy tank. So we are going to use now the Polyline 2, and we select the line tab with the arrow that will direct the flow of our disposed water. And this go to our septic tank, and then we connect the plumbing system from the bathrooms, and the last part is now placing our conservancy tank. So, and annotating the representation of our information. So we have now completed our site plan. Now we need to place the conservancy tank on our site. So we can remove this main wall and connect our conservancy tank to site. And next we name our menus, annotate our menus. And we have completed our site plan, drainage accesses or points. Next is now annotating our setbacks. So we are going to select the layer for this under annotation dimensions plans, so that we separate the dimensioning that is on site, that is on site, and that is on our floor plan. So you make sure your setbacks are to standard with the approved standards under the regulation in your area. So in this case, we go back to ground floor so that we change the annotation of our site plan to be under the appropriate layer. So under this, we're going to select and update such items, and also the boundary should be annotation under site plan, and as well as the conservancy tank. So we have completed documentation of both the floor plan and the side plan. Our next stage is now moving on to elevations. So under elevation, we already have presets of levels. So what we're going to do is now set our appropriate levels under the correct representation of the information on this drawing. And changing the naming of our levels. And then deleting some of the levels that we don't need on our drawing. And then the rest we can delete. And then we bring down our grids. So what we can do now is to copy the level that we have created so that we can easily copy them on the rest of the elevations, so that we can minimize time of correcting on each elevations. So on these ones we can simply delete the information that we have here and copy the one that we have already created. So we paste seems we didn't copy correctly our information. And now we copy it to our plan, our elevation. I mean, we can press shift and hold. So this main mouse, let's go to our 3D. Our main nodes seem to be appearing above ground level, so we can take them and bring them to the appropriate level. And then we go back to our elevation. So we follow the same procedure. So now we also drop these levels to and we've completed now the setting out of all our elevations. We move on to the section. So under section is pretty much the same procedure. We are just setting out our section to the right representation of how the building should be constructed, and naming of our spacing and labeling. So under this section we're going to activate to represent the section, and I activate the layer combination for this section. Bedroom 2. It's bath. It's the bathroom. The passage. So simply in this stage we are now annotating our document to make sense. So we apply the same concept also on levels that we did on our elevations when we're doing our elevations. we drop down the window level to 2.1. Roof level, we can delete this level and place the highest level of our building, and the rest we can now erase. So as you see, there's no correct representation of our footing, as it is behind the ground, represented the ground, the ground hatching. So we're simply going to bring it to front, and as for the slab, we're going to utilize the subtract to under solid element operations. So the slab is going to be the operator, and the ground being the target, and you simply select subtraction, and then you subtract, and there you go. So from here, what we are going to do now is to label our detail element that we were going to detail using the detail tool. So for the roof eave, I'm going to detail it, and for the footing, what we're going to do, we're going to change here and write footing detail, or simply give it an ID, say F01. And then we're going to change the representation of the info by selecting the dotted line, and change our line type to 0.1. and simply press OK. So now we have our section. So the next thing that you can do is now use the label tool to label your different parts on your section, such as the roofing. So you can simply select the roof and then label it, and then punch in the information that you require, the description of your roofing material, or for your beam, and etc. and etc. So that's it for the section. So as you've completed your section, the next part now is documentation of all our drawings as we've completed them, and placement of all the details that we have required. So we already have a library of details, which is under the project map, and under project map we have details and a combination of details that we have in our projects, in our preset for our project. So we have the septic tank, we have the eave detail, foundation detail, reinforced concrete beam detail, and slab thickening detail. So we're going to simply now attach them to our layout page. So from here we go to our layout book, and then we create we place our drawings. So already in this template we already have a preset of all pages set out for our drawings. So as for plans, we have our plans. For you just to change the title block by simply selecting the appropriate title block that you require for your project. And also we have other embedded title blocks that you can master layout that you can utilize. So yeah, for this case I'm going to use a office template for our office template. So I'm going to simply change and use this title block, and then now I place my drawing. So already we have the plans being placed already, which is a setting that comes with a template so that it can save you times from having to start plotting from afresh. Next part is going to be placing our drawings on the page. We need now the site plan. So we go to our site and we drag our site to the drawing. Delete this and you modify the view settings so that it will be under site plan, and then change the scale to 1:200. So now the next we are going to start placing our elevations. So we already have a page for elevations. What you can do, you can simply just go here and copy, or you can use the method that I used on the site plan. You drag from the project map to your layout page. So here I'm going to make it quicker by just copying the ones that we already preset on the page for elevations. Copy and then paste it on my layout. So this is a procedure that you can follow, and you're not limited to the orientation of your layout, you can place them how you find it fit for your description of your project. I mean. Following, we drag our section. We can use the same method of copying from this layout page that is already preset for such for all our core drawings. And lastly, we place now our details. So simply go to the details. From the details, you now place and drag all your details to your layout page. You change the scale to 1:25. Oh, let's go 1:50 so that it can fit on our page. So we are going to change our labeling to suit, to match, to be the same as the existing ones. So you simply go to settings. Under settings, you go to title. Under title, you select the appropriate one and press OK. And that's how that's it for the 3-bedroom house console drawings. And thank you for watching, and see you next time on our third part